What is up, guys? Zach here, coming at you with another video. Yes, I am back. My epic return, not really epic. My return is here, and I'm glad to be back. It was a much needed 2 weeks off, so thank you guys so much for being so supportive and, all that kind of stuff while I was away. It really means a lot. So, today we're going to be talking about Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated for the Nintendo Switch. But before I do that, I'm also just going to be giving some quick updates on how the channel is going to go in the future, because I'm definitely changing up how I'm going to do the stuff on this channel, from now on. So, without any further ado, guys, let's get into today's video. Firstly, updates. I think I'm going to actually limit my uploads to 2 uploads a week. I know that's way less than usual, but A, it'll give me more time to edit the videos and make them higher quality, but B, I'm going to be very busy with my job. I've had 2 weeks basically of hardcore training, basically waking up and going in at 8 to 9 in the morning and then basically being done at 8 to 9 o'clock at night. So really my break was just working a lot, but it's okay. I'm an RA at a college, and I actually made my door tags these cute little Game Boy things, so I don't know, I just wanted to show that because I could, show that off. But videos are going to be, every, probably like one in the beginning of the week, one towards the end of the week, that kind of thing. Saturdays will probably be back on. Streaming probably on Twitch will probably be sporadic. Yeah, I don't know what else to say besides, yeah, that's that. So yeah, I think that's really it in terms of updates. Next week I'll have my Luigi Mansion 4 update video up, because that's basically ready to show off, and I cannot wait. So yeah, so I think that's really it that I wanted to say for the updates. Now let's get into the actual video talking about Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated's new patch. So obviously I'm a bit late to the party on this one, because obviously I took my break. So yeah, at this point, a couple weeks ago, THQ Nordic released the patch notes for the Switch versions patch of Rehydrated, and it added a lot of interesting things, basically the same exact stuff that the Xbox and PlayStation version of Rehydrated's patch had, but with one little added detail being that now Spongebob won't sneak when you turn, because in the Switch version of Rehydrated, you had the issue where if you held the stick, and you had to turn Spongebob, occasionally he would slow down and sneak, which really impacted movement and momentum with speed. So yeah, so thankfully they patched that up, and it's so cool. I haven't really played Rehydrated much lately just because of how busy I've been, but I have been able to replay the bosses, and I love replaying the Robot Spongebob battle and the Robot Patrick battle. Those are my favorite battles in the game, so being able to replay them is absolutely awesome. And of course, with Mr. Krabs' shiny object requirement being a lot less, I can actually go in and 100% the game, while also probably being able to save up and afford the movie theater so I can actually see the concept art in there. Now, I actually have not really spoiled myself to the actual concept art that's in the movie theater, so I haven't really seen any of that yet. I'm trying to wait and not spoil myself online. I want to go in and, see it in the movie theater. So yeah, so I'm really happy that THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp Studios really took the time to look through fan feedback and actually address a lot of the issues at hand, like the replayability in the movie theater, because that shows that, like, a lot of those things in particular, they did not have to fix. They did not have to give boss replayability. They did not have to change the movie theater. They basically did that because the fans really wanted it, and that is what I love. That THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp were open enough to listen to the community and address those issues. Now, yes, those things should have been available day one, but the fact that they actually took the time to really fix it and make it better, I'm completely fine with it, I mean, Rehydrated is selling really well, so I'm sure people who are playing the game are, noticing these changes, and it's giving people reason to go back to the game after they beat it. Speaking of, Rehydrated, I read an article a couple weeks ago, has sold over 1 million units worldwide. That is insanity for a licensed kids game. So, huge shout out and congratulations to THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp. Rehydrated sold so well, so it gives me no doubt that they're definitely going to start working on the next SpongeBob game, because this one was a huge success. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to this. The one thing that does annoy me with this patch is it doesn't fix a lot of the bugs, particularly obviously in the Switch version. The Switch version still has low frame rate in places like Sand Mountain and the hub world. It still has a lot of issues with the pop-up, with the textures. Some textures still don't load. You know, the bubble bowl sound effect still cuts out. It's not great in a lot of aspects. There's still a lot of issues. And this is where I have a problem, right? I think that issues like, you know, the boss replayability, the movie theater, Mr. Krabs, that kind of stuff I think could have gone back burner, and they should have fixed the technical bugs first. Because of the fact that obviously these bugs are the first thing that people see. People see these bugs as soon as they boot up the game. The intro cutscene, the textures stop popping in, and then they're like, huh, that's kind of weird, the textures are popping in. Then they notice the frame rate. It might prevent people from playing the game any further. It might cause people to return the game. Things like the boss replayability, things like Mr. Krabs' shiny object requirements, those aren't things that would make people go like, huh, I hate this game, I want to return it. It would not do that. Things like the frame rate being really bad and textures popping in or not loading at all. Those kind of things, yeah, they can definitely sour some people on the game a bit and could even cause people to return them. I've seen reviews saying that people have returned Rehydrated for the Switch because of these bugs, because of these issues. And I don't necessarily blame them. I mean, yes, of course, they were definitely rushed on this game. They couldn't optimize it. They couldn't make it as amazing as the Xbox and PlayStation versions. You know, that's completely fine. But you can't deny that for some people, that is definitely a deal-breaking experience. People want a game that is completely patched, completely fixed. And being the first major patch and not really addressing any of the frame rate issues and all that, that's kind of concerning. Maybe it's harder than we're thinking. Maybe they're just having a lot of issues with it. I actually did put in one of those, or not complaints, but what are they called? Like the submissions where you tell THQ Nordic the bugs that you haven't Rehydrated. And I actually got an email back about one of the issues that I submitted about the frame rate in particularly Sand Mountain and Jellyfish Fields in the hub world. I think were the worlds I particularly pointed out. And they said, we are aware of this issue and are trying to address it. So obviously they at least know of these issues and they're going to be trying to address it. But for now, we still have a pretty buggy experience for the Switch version, which really does suck. I really want this version to be as optimized as the Xbox and PlayStation versions. And I've seen some comments being like, oh, it's the Switch version. It'll never be as optimized. It will never look that good. And I'm like, you know, if you tell me that about a game like GTA 5, if it ever came to the Switch, or like The Witcher 3, then fine. But it's a Spongebob game. It's a cartoon-based game. Those are the games that thrive on Nintendo consoles. Look at Luigi's Mansion 3. That game is visually stunning. It's beautiful looking. So if you're telling me that they don't have the ability to make SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom as visually good as the Xbox and PlayStation versions, you know, I think that's total BS, in my opinion. Maybe it won't run as well. Maybe it'll run at 30 or 40 FPS as opposed to 60 on those consoles, but it definitely should at least have the graphical fidelity that those ones have. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say besides I like the patch. The patch is definitely good. It's definitely adding more features to Rehydrated, bringing some players back, but it definitely still is buggy as heck on the Switch. And I really hope that they patch it up. And let me just address one thing. There are a lot of people saying, you got the Switch version. No, like, you know, you shouldn't be complaining that it's lesser than the Xbox and PlayStation versions. You should be expecting it at that point. And to some capacity, yes, I don't expect it to be as grand as the Xbox and PlayStation version. But I do expect a product that runs well and, you know, looks at least decent, doesn't have the pixelated shadows, doesn't have texture popping as bad as it does, because there are games that are on the Switch that run amazingly and are just as great. Like I said, Luigi's Mansion 3 is the perfect comparison because they're both cartoony games. You know, neither of them are too graphically intense. They're both about the same, even though Luigi's Mansion has a little bit different lighting. You know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Like I said, I'm happy with the patch. It's definitely great, but it's not exactly what I really wanted from a patch. So personally, I wish that they actually fixed the bugs and glitches and performance issues before adding the features. I know a lot of people will probably disagree with that, but I want a game that plays well and runs well before having features that people want, because features can be fixed or can be done so easily. And I think bugs are a little more intricate. There's a little more fine-tuning that has to be done with them. So I really hope that THQ Nordic, now that these things are out, like the boss replayability, they now take the time to really, or I should say THQ Nordic, Purple Lamp, should take the time to fix this game. Make it great, make it playable. Just do what you gotta do. And then, I mean, obviously I still haven't put a review out of the game because I want the game to be fixed. I want the game to be patched. I want to give it a good review. But I cannot do that unless Purple Lamp fix it and patch it. You know, and the latest patch just did not do enough to make me feel comfortable reviewing this game. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. Make sure to click the little notification bell so you're notified of when I upload a video. And make sure to check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak stuff up on there. And yeah, I don't know what else to say besides thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to be back. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.